Greetings, joyous Glaggles. Welcome to this guide to the common plants and animals of Glaggleland. This guide will cover 6 species of plants, 6 species of animal, and the Goobabs, which are a bit of both. Without further ado, let's begin this joyous guide. Our first species of plants are the gleam trees. Gleam trees, pictured in the background, are some of Glaggleland's most common trees. Older gleam trees have greener leaves, as opposed to the younger ones' more yellow shade. In mid-autumn, gleam trees produce an edible, fuzzy dark blue fruit with a mild, peppery flavor. Our next plant is known as the shinkle. Shinkles are simply a common flower with multicolored petals. Other than that, there is little to note about them. The third plant we'll cover is the strikingly blue glaggarlic. Despite its odd hue, glaggarlic is perfectly safe to eat. In the wild, it can be found growing near trees and bodies of fresh water. Next up are the pufflies. They are commonly kept as houseplants due to their joyous appearance. The final plant we'll be covering is the flower. There is only one specimen of the flower, and it is to be guarded at all times. Do not attempt to find the flower. Our final plant is the dangerous and possibly infosion Goobabs. It is a recently discovered moss-like substance that grows at a frighteningly rapid pace. Little is currently known about it. Please refer to Glaggleland's PSA on the subject for more information. The first animal we'll be covering is the glaggy, a bird found in the drier parts of Glaggleland. Glaggies are docile creatures that make good pets when tamed. They are typically between 5 and 11 inches. Our next species is the gibblefish. Gibblefish are a commonly eaten saltwater fish native to the ocean border in Glaggleland. Next we have the joy spiders. Joy spiders are enormous spiders with a pattern on their backs that resembles a smile. How joyous unless you have arachnophobia. Now we have this joyous little fellow, the flumber. Flumbers are passive, soft, forest-dwelling creatures that are occasionally kept as pets. If you do want a pet flumber, please be aware that they hunt Goobabs in the wild, so it would be unwise to keep both as pets. Relatedly, we have the tunglers. Tunglers are a mountain-dwelling variant of the flumbers, and they are particularly common on empty floorboard. Unlike their more docile counterparts, tunglers have been forced to adapt to a harsher mountain environment, and have become more aggressive. While they aren't usually hostile towards Glaggles, many domestication attempts have pushed them to violence, so they are almost never kept as pets. The final animal we'll be covering is known as the giggler's end. The giggler's end is a horrific, failed infosion genetic experiment that attempted to create a dragon. It escaped the infosion lab, where it was created, destroying most of it in the process. However, it was not just infosions it attacked. It periodically also flies through Glaggleland, leaving destruction in its wake and earning it the colloquial name Giggler's End. The Goobabs. Not quite plant and not quite animal, they are both kept as pets and eaten as food, which is a bit concerning if you think about it. There are many different colors and variants of Goobabs, many of which are docile, but with some very dangerous ones as well. This section will go over the different types and the threat they pose. Let's start with the harmless ones. First are the classic green Goobabs. They can be found anywhere with lots of water, and are the type most commonly kept as pets. Next are pink Goobabs, which taste quite sweet. They are an endangered species due to being overhunted. Glaggleland has now put environmental regulations into place to protect the pink Goobabs. Now the yellow Goobabs. These friendly fellows are quite energetic. Now let's move on to the neutral Goobabs. Orange Goobabs are extremely spicy tasting Goobabs that are typically quite wet. Now we have the blue Goobabs, which taste rather sour. They are occasionally kept as pets. Our final neutral Goobab is the giant Goobab. They only come in green. Now we'll proceed to our final grouping of Goobabs, dangerous ones. Our first dangerous Goobab is the purple Goobab. While quite aggressive, they are also rather weak, so they actually pose little threat. These Goobabs taste of Goomble sludge, as the first of their kind were created when some blue Goobabs fell into a vat of it. The next dangerous Goobab is the red Goobab, an infosion creation. They are highly toxic, both to consume and to touch. If you find a red Goobab, please report it immediately. Our final Goobab is the deadly and infosion gray Goobab. They are even deadlier versions of the red Goobabs, having killed almost 100% of Glaggles that touch them. If you see a gray Goobab, report it immediately. And that concludes this guide. We hope that this guide had been informative to you, and thank you for watching it. Stay joyous.